Here I got Ralph Q2 here. He's an expert on just about everything. He went to the
Hey, how
cat.
you doing?
He went to What's the Matter You, right in New York.
That's right. That's spelled WHATU. What's the matter, you?
This is
You,
our
yeah.
this is our first live video talking together. We've been trying to do this for years. Let's finally get it going. What's up, man? How you doing?
I would like to officially be known as Ralphie Hats.
Oh, Ralphie Hats. Hey, forget about it, Mingia. Hey, did you make the sauce?
The sauce has been made just like the holes already dug.
What's that picture you just sent me in a text? It's the White House with some thing built in front of it. Is that real that they're building something there?
Well, yeah, they're putting in that skating rink.
No,
I'm kidding.
seriously.
It's not a skating rink. It's a fighting rink. UFC, baby.
Nah, is that a joke? What is that thing?
No, they're putting the UFC rink, man. Getting ready for fight night.
Get the fuck.
And then also Brondo. Brondo is the best, most awesome caffeine drink right out of Idiocracy 2006.
It's what plants crave.
It's what humans dehydrate on. Caffeine drinks.
But
I
they don't.
told you I went to What I'm Out of You.
But you don't give them water like out the toilet.
Who water? What's water? We don't have water.
Like out the toilet.
Out the toilet.
So what's up?
Oh,
How you
out the
doing?
toilet water. Now I get it.
How you doing?
I'm good. Knock knock.
Who's there?
Banana.
Banana who?
Knock knock.
Who's there?
Orange.
Who?
Orange.
Orange who?
Orange, you glad I didn't say banana?
Yeah, I knew you were gonna do that, you son of a gun.
That old one, you fell for it. How come?
Orange, yeah, aren't you glad, huh? Anyway,
Anyway,
no one's looking at our channel. How's your day
I
going?
know. Changing characters. Uh, yeah, it's good. I got a football in one hand and a phone in the other.
There you go. I see you put on your hat. You're a character now.
Yeah, I was a character.
You know,
Ice
I was.
cold soda here. I should have worn it like this. That's even better.
You be the ice cream man. Hey, ice cream. Hey, ice cream. You're driving through East New York at 3 o'clock in the morning selling ice cream. Hey, buddy, come here. You want to buy some ice cream? I got tens and twenties.
No, man, I got watermelon, bro.
Oh,
No
you,
one can afford ice cream. I got watermelon, bro.
you got watermelon?
Come and get your watermelon.
This kid came downstairs because you hear
You
me on
heard?
the. He
Yeah,
waked.
what's up there, Benjamin?
He waked. He baked. All right, he's gonna go to sleep just like that. You know, I was gonna make this video about. I was gonna go live myself about talking about Star Trek and the Kardashev scale. I'll tell you what that is again if you forgot. But then when I was going in the settings, I sort of said go live together. So I said, why not just
Who
call up
else is
Ralph?
up?
I just called up Ralph Q too because he's a freaking expert on everything, jack of all trades,
Many
expert on nothing.
hats.
Yeah, he's got
Many
many hats.
hats.
I told him to put his Star Trek hat on, his AI hat, his future hat, his thinking cap, right?
Oh,
And, uh, and
I can go get that.
the hell, dude? Oh, there's the thinking cap. There it is. All right, I see the smoke coming out of your ears a little bit now. You're funny. I know you're doing something. Hey, you never know. You might be a star. People are gonna write on my channel. Hey, Dave, tell your brother to make his own channel, and you get off. He's the
No,
funny.
you said you weren't recording this, you motherfucker. I'm gonna fly over there and strangle you. Here I come.
All right. Oh, he's on his way. Go. I better go to sleep and wait 12 hours. So So, do you remember the Kardashev scale?
No, remind me, and then I shall remember.
That's the thing that some scientist whose last name was Kardashev came up with the idea or the concept that you could measure civilizations, alien and human, um, based
Four
on the amount
scales.
of based on the amount of energy that they produce as a society.
Right. Whether they can leave the planet is like number 3 or 4.
Yeah, no, it's not like that. What it is that if you can, I forgot how they quantify the Earth's total energy, right? So it might be the amount of, let's say, solar energy that hits the Earth's surface, something like that, or maybe it has to do with the core and the solar energy, whatever energy is present, let's say, on the planet Earth. If we can exceed that amount, we'll be Kardashev one, or perhaps rather, it means or maybe it's more along the lines of if we can harness all the potential energy from the surface, then we would be Kardashev one, which obviously we're not even zero right now because we don't harvest all the energy available from the earth. That's just
But what if we can harvest energy and then produce energy at the same time? Like the leftover is more energy.
right. Well, let me back up. What I really mean is the we can make all the energy. We don't have to harvest any of it. But if we can produce more than what the Earth receives, the solar energy across its whole surface, then we'll have been Kardashev one. We don't have to get it from solar power. We can get it from anywhere.
I see.
Right. So then we'll be Kardashev one. But right now we don't even do that. So we're like 0.000000001 on the Kardashev scale. So, but
So
if we
point 10 zeros and a 1.
but if we could get the Kardashev two, so a Kardashev type two civilization would be a civilization that could harness, generate the amount of energy equivalent to its host star, right? So that don't
I'm
mean that So that don't mean we get all the energy from the sun, but it does mean that we can produce more energy than the sun.
I mean, I have gold and rainbows. Don't forget me Lucky Charms.
There's some people watching our channel. There's like 4 people watching right now. Yo, what's up? What's up? Two people liked it. What's up, people?
Who?
I don't know, man. Up 4.
Nobody liked
Some
this.
people dropped off.
I don't know this guy.
Listen,
Don't send me no messages.
listen,
My name is Football Face.
listen. Let me finish, dude. Everybody's leaving now. Now there's only 2 people.
All right, I'll put my hat back on.
That's your football cap.
Yep.
Up, we're down to 1 person watching.
Okay, it wasn't me. They were listening to you.
I don't need you anymore. Oh, there you go. I heard you. Anyway, so a Kardashev Type 3 civilization is a civilization that could harness the equivalent energy that its host galaxy could produce, let's say, right? If you could harness or produce that much more energy, that would be like sick. You'd be like God scale if you were doing that. And so I believe he ended the Kardashev scale right there because even that is, wow, what a stretch. But then I think some years later, once the multiverse concept came into more of the mainstream or whatever, somebody else proposed Kardashev Type 4, which could be a society that harnesses all of the energy in its universe. Can you imagine that? Wow.
No, that would be insane. I mean, at that point, are you the black hole?
I don't know
Or are
what
you in
you are,
competition with it?
but if you're
Can you
harnessing
move?
power on a if you're harnessing power on a universal scale, then you're probably hopping across the multiverse at that point, right? You're
Yeah, you've already got to be moving,
you're a
right?
multiversal civilization. But the point of what I was really getting to with all that is that if you think about Star Trek, which is one of my favorite shows, um, one thing they never really talk about is the amount of energy that they produce, and that they must be as a society, if definitely Kardashev one, and maybe arguably Kardashev two, or somewhere around there. Because I'll tell you why. Just take the Enterprise for example. One ship, the warp core is already producing more energy than you could gather from the surface of the Earth. So the ship itself is already Kardashev one or more, which is one ship. How many ships are there in the Federation? I don't know, 100, 200. I have no idea, but whatever it is, it's in the hundreds. Okay. So now times that by a few hundred. Are they up to the level to which where they're generating more energy than a star, than our sun? I don't know. But now take into account all of the Federation worlds that are out there, right? So how many worlds are there? I don't know. But they're also generating power, right? Something they never even talk about. So they're probably using something like warp cores. So let's just assume there's 200 worlds, each with a warp core power in it. 200 ships, each with a warp core power in it. This is just guesses. There'd be something like 400 or 500, which is probably even more. But even with 400 or 500 times the Earth's total capacity, of more than Kardashev one, does that put us at a Star Trek world at Kardashev Type 2 civilization where they're actually harnessing more power than the sun can produce? I don't know.
Yeah, I don't even know if it's relevant, truthfully, because you're talking about three-dimensional federation. What's beyond that? We don't know. Does the Federation ever mention different dimensions besides Q and a few other beings?
Not really.
Right.
So,
So I think it just it's a wonderful. I love Star Trek too, not as much as you, but it seems like there's so much more than just what we can travel physically here. There seems to be that there's more where there may be an easier way, whether it's interdimensional or a crystalline structure that is beyond what we understand here. Whether it goes 4D, 5, 8, 11, 12, I don't know. It might be easier than, you know, having to use all that energy to move through. Maybe the energy from the universe at the 5D or 8D level is something so pure that you are using the universe's energy and not sucking it up, but possibly adding to it by moving. That you're whoever or whatever being that's moving in that dimension might have that, potential energy turn to kinetic energy and put it out towards the universe as we see it in 3D. I don't know. There's just like there's so many possibilities.
mm-hmm.
And then I could just make stuff up too, but
But as Star Trek as a show, though, they don't really take advantage of this capacity that we're talking about. And you always see the Enterprise and like, oh, we're running out of power. Shields are down, this and that. All these problems with it losing power and whatnot. I mean, it's really unbelievable because that's unbelievable because if the ship itself is able to produce, Kardashev Type One power, then how much do the shields take? I mean, not even a fraction of that. So they should really never lose power to the shields when they get stuck in these weird spatial anomalies that are sucking up power. Are you telling me that it's sucking up Kardashev Type One power? All the power that's available on Earth is getting sucked up, or that
well,
aliens?
well,
Same
here's
thing.
my question then. What happens because it's happened in Star Trek when they go to a different timeline or they go back in time? Did they use power to go back in time? How did they get there?
Well, Star Trek plays with many different ways that they travel through time. It
But right,
depends.
how much energy did they use to get there, right? How come, let's assume just for a moment that it was no power used. Well, how is that possible? How could you go from 1,000 years, let's say, or even just 500 years, even though it's a lot. How could you move to 500 years and use no power? How could
Well,
you move 500 years and just use the power of the engine and just saying that that was it, like there was nothing else?
somebody said hello in the chat. Hey, what's up? How you doing? Um, well, there's different in Star Trek. There are different episodes. Sometimes they go through some kind of anomaly that they didn't create, right? So that has not to depend on their energy usage. Let's say, right? I think there's like a few episodes, like a Voyager, where they encountered some exotic time travel technology and used it once or twice. So I don't know how much power that would take. But mostly they encounter anomalies or other technologies. But there was Star Trek 4, right? Where they went back in time with the whales and they flew around the sun. That was like a bunch of bullshit, really. Um, but they didn't really, talk about power. But I guess, obviously this video is not very, well organized in what I'm saying here, but
Oh
they're
yeah,
totally
no, I get it. Just
they're
having
totally
fun with it.
downplaying Star Trek. Like they're not taking full advantage of the society that they actually have. We would be practically time traveling or doing interdimensional traveling or God knows what if we were producing energy at the Kardashev 2 level.
Sorry. I was playing with my childhood Enterprise. Remember your childhood Enterprise?
Oh yeah, man, that thing was great. Where did we get that, in Toys R Us?
Yeah, it came with him. Now he sits up here easily. Do, 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 do.
Hey, what's up?
Hey, Brad, I haven't seen you in a while.
Yeah, I'm
Did you
doing
get
good.
bigger?
I did.
Bigger and older, huh? Uh, Next we'll be saying poo poo and cocky.
Oh my god.
And find it fucking hysterical.
So I never did any of these live videos before, but I think the thing is to like get comfortable with it, to be able to talk where you forget about the damn channel. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, of course.
Because you and me always have such good conversations, and we should.
Yeah, and I was just trying to entertain the channel at first, being silly, you know. But I don't know that I really need it to be live. Like can't we just record it and then like come back to it and be like,
Yeah, but,
okay,
but how do you do that though? I mean, then what app are we going to use? I'm going to
I
record
don't
my
know.
screen and all that. It's a headache. It's like way more work to not even do it live. But nobody's even watching anyway, so it doesn't even matter.
No, I know, I hear you. It should just be
Well,
to a limited audience,
now it says
of
0.
like 8 billion. Yeah, he wants you to speak in Spanish, Mathis. Some scammer anyway.
No, but I asked AI. I was talking to AI a little bit about it, and I'm just trying to explore about YouTube channels right now, what I could do, and I was talking to it about this subject, about Star Trek and how they're not taking advantage of this. And I mean, it said I could go off on a whole tangent, really, just on like Star Trek world building, how they don't really get into it. There's so much they don't get into. Some
Well, I think so much they did get into, and they got to leave some stuff out. You know, just as well as I do that. It's a highly possible some of the stuff that they talk about. Like, I'm not saying that it exists, but they were really trying to come up with ways and storylines that would seem very realistic. And I don't think that they can cover every single angle, especially as we talk about shows that were basically prime in the what 60s, 70s, and then 80s and 90s, 2000, and now, yeah, here we are in 2020, and they're making new ones again. It's not the same, you know. But I appreciate all the different worlds, but they can't get everything. I don't know. They're not getting the medical shit right. I'll tell you that because they're just making it up.
Yeah, I know, but still, this is a pretty big thing, and it's a little bit of an oversight, but or not an oversight. It's just not something they wanted to get into. I'm particularly thinking about Star Trek: The Next Generation, I guess, but of course, I'm talking about old Star Trek. But I can give the original series a free pass. It was the '60s, it was different. But once it came to the next generation, Gene Roddenberry had a long time to think about it and what he was going to do, and obviously made many improvements and expanded that whole world and universe, but didn't really get into this, the energy production, let's just say. Um, but and in a few episodes, or at least in one episode that I can think about, there was one episode with a female Q girl. She was like 18 years old, and she was discovering that she was Q. Her name was Amanda Rogers. Do you remember that one? Did I lose you? Did your battery die? Oh, I'm here by myself now. I think his battery died. What does this do? Does that let me add somebody? Oh, maybe he comes back if he fixes his phone. Anyway, so there was this episode of that Star Trek: The Next Generation where there was this female Q girl. Her name was Amanda Rogers, and where was I going with that? Look at this little guy sleeping here. Dude, you're sweating. You gotta go in your bed. I'm just gonna end this live stream.